Hello there, Dementia Man here. Right, this is going to be part 2 of putting this Compaq back together. It's a bit late in the day for me, but I'm going to try it anyway and see how I get on. I had some problem with the computer today. For some reason, I booted it up and it just crashed. So I've had to load up everything again, all the software, and set up all the cameras again. It's something to do with the second hard drive I got, the bigger hard drive, the 2 terabyte. I've got it in there. It's got loads and loads of stuff on it. It's almost full up, and I think it's beginning to foul. And it dragged the other hard drive down, the little SSD one that got the operating system on. Anyway, let's get started on this. There we are. Right, so it's this one. You remember we got this far with it, and hang on, let's bring you over here a little bit. That's better. That's better. You can see what I'm doing now. Right, I cleaned out the fins on here. There's a bit of dirt in there. I can't get right in there. It's where compressed air does. These little pads here. That one does the NVIDIA, and these ones do the power supply. I think it's the V-Core, I think they call it, for the CPU. Now we've got to clean this bit off. Now it's rock hard, this stuff. Normally you can. It is really hard. Now you can soften it up with a bit of the alcohol stuff. Sometimes it softens it up. Other times it don't. I use the old metal bit here just to try and get it up. God, it is really baked on. You don't want. That is really hard. You want to try not to scratch this copper piece in the middle here, the die in the middle. And if you press too hard, you could bend the pipe, and that would muck you right up. Let's see about a little piece of wood to rest it on, so that it's actually got a firm base and I ain't bending it. That is really hard. Don't want to take off this piece here unless it's really necessary. That's an insulator, because I think I'm going to have trouble with the chip itself. Anyway, it's the job is what it is, isn't it? Get a bit of the old kitchen roll. Bit more spray on here. Boy, it's really on there. Right. Now I'm going to put the fan back together now. Let's just get rid of that. Right, the fan is pretty straightforward, these ones are. Goes on just like that, and then pick up the screws. I actually found myself the right screwdriver to do this. Out of I had to open up a new set. I'll show you the set. It was this set. It's a cheapy set from Aldi. I didn't buy it. My daughter bought it for me, just as she saw it and thought she'd pick it up for me, because she knows I always use it. But it's a little. It's got a little pry bar tool. It's something to do with mobile phones, because it's got the sucker to take the screen off. Yeah, it's not a bad kit. Obviously, like most of these, the tips that go on the screwdriver itself, they're not hardened in any way, so they're easy to chew up if you're not careful. And I've just disturbed the fan. I'd be good as a watchmaker, wouldn't I? With the shakes. That's better. I can feel the screws going in now. I don't know how many of you, when you're putting something back together, you'd like to use a screwdriver that you can feel feedback, if you like, through the handle. Well, this is a nice screwdriver. This is just, you're going into plastic, so you don't need to yank them up too tight. Tight enough, that's it. It's raining again. That's unusual, isn't it? Don't seem to stop these days, does it? Oh, shows how good a fit that screwdriver is. Got one more to go, and then we'll clean up the CPU. Shows you my benches. Look at that. Bit downhill, isn't it? It's actually when I built it, it was all fairly level, but the ground has moved underneath the workshop, even though it's 10 inches of concrete. But because I live on, the house was built on marshland, everything's moved, and you know, it's strange. Right, now this bit here, you see these pieces here are resistor arrays around the outside. You've got to be careful you don't take any of them off, otherwise it's game over for the CPU. So I'm going to try and a little bit awkward because it's so hard, this stuff. We'll try a bit more of the spray. This is alcohol, 99%, and so what you spray it on, once it evaporates, it's gone. I mean, there's nothing left of it. I can use a small screwdriver on this, which I have done in the past, providing you don't actually go through the die. Got to be really careful. Oh, it is hard, I'll tell you. Cool, it's well overdue for a new stuff, this. No, it's well hard. Gonna have to just wear it down a little bit at a time. This is the actual die itself, the centerpiece. It's softening up a bit. Got to be careful with that, as I say, these resistor arrays around the outside. You might see a few mistakes that I make. I haven't done laptops for a long time. Careful, yeah. Me saying be careful, he wants me to muck it up. No. A little bit more, soften it up. Try a new bit of wood. These are actually just ordinary wood skewers to little ones. Careful. Really tough on there. Let's see how far I've got. A couple of little tough bits there, I tell you. Let's give you a close-up view so you can see what I'm doing. If my hands are not in the way. Oh, that's me. And there it is. Look, you see that stuff? In theory, the see they're stuck on there. Now once you get it off the die, which is the main surface, it should be fine. Let's try and get a little bit more of it off. That's got that bit. You see how it is? It's really, it is rock hard. The alcohol does soften it up, but not. There must be some other way of doing this that I I've not found one yet. There we go. Obviously you've only got to clear the top really, but all that around the outside, I don't like it around there. I'm going to leave it at that, because before I damage something, just wipe these over. Right, now let's go back to the other view. It's me again. Don't want to see me, I don't want to see. That's it. I've got to get reused to the cameras now with our, because as I say, when it crashed it took everything down. Now look, you see this is fairly clean. Now you see these heat pads, just still quite soggy, that one is. So just take it off and replace it back on there. So it's them two and that one there. You see this? It's these are the coils that feed the V-core. They're the MOSFETs that feed it, I believe. This bit of pad here goes onto them MOSFETs, which are down there. No, that ain't going to come off easy. I'm going to have to leave that one. You can replace these, but normally they're reusable. Now, bit of the heat stuff. I use this one, HY510, cheap thermal grease. A lot of people will like this Arctic Silver and stuff like this. Just get it started. This is I believe it's an oil-based one. It doesn't help if you keep, watch it go everywhere. Obviously you don't want to overdo it, but there again you want to get enough on there. Now when I put this together, that's going to spread, and that'll be enough. Like before it spread everywhere, didn't it? Get rid of that bit now. Right, have a quick look. So you got that one in there, that one's alright, that one, they're going back exactly as they were. Like so. Line it up and then gently lower it down. These are marked 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't get the screw head. Number 1. Two. 3, 4. Make sure that them pads are on there. That's it. So they take the heat away from the V-core. Make sure it's not floating. And that's it. Now, do remember to plug in the fan now, because this connection is actually underneath everything. Make sure it's plugged in. I'd done a CQ50 one of these once, long time ago, and I didn't plug the fan in. Put it all back together, took about an hour, turned it on, and it come up on the screen, no fan. Took it all to pieces. I'd forgot to plug it in. Right, that's that. Well, that's it. That's how you change the heat paste on one of these ones. Most of them are pretty much the same. It's not much different from most of them. This one looks okay. There's nothing else to do here. Don't even need a dust off this one. Right, now let's pick up the other bit. I'll just give it a little dust out. The paintbrush, not on the desk. You know, I'm surprised at this one. It's really, there's not much dust in it. So it was probably used in a really good environment. It hadn't been cleaned out before because of the amount of dust in the fan unit. Unless it has been. I could be wrong. Right, now putting it back together, you just check what cables you've got to reconnect. We got 1, 2, 3 which go on underneath. We got this one here, which goes in there. My hand's in the way, so you won't be able to see it. Looks like it's tweezer time. Tweezer time? Sounds like, you know. I appear to be shaking rather a lot today. I can feel it on the inside, which happens. Here we go, here we go. That's that one. The other one here is the power supply. Because this is a high powered laptop, meaning an AMD, they actually got 4 pins on this power, and they're 2 negatives and 2 positives, but they're quite small. They're not massive pins. They're like needlies ones. Just pin that in. That's that one in. Now the front one, which is over here, goes on like that. This does the headphone socket and the. Oh, just a second. That's it. Which is that one there, which is you can see when these have gone in that they go flush with the body there. Right, now drop this back into place. Make sure that the wires are not got trapped anywhere. It hasn't gone in properly over that side. What's stopping me? have a look at that. No, they've all entered where they should be. Now, there was 2 screws from what I remember. See, I've marked it up. MB, this is marked up, which is motherboard. That's why I kept it as a separate pot. And I believe it was this corner. And there. It's strange that there's only the 2. That does seem right over there. Look, it seems all right. I actually did lubricate the little bearing, because on some of these you can just lift the fan off and put a little drop of oil, tiny bit of oil down there. Now you've got to make sure that you've got your little did I? No, I didn't. That's better. This little switch here, just double check that it's gone into the slots and operates. On and off it is for the wireless card. I'm not going to glue that. I'll glue that when I've got it back together. I can still get to that from outside. Right, that's all the wires connected back up. I'm still a bit confused about why there is no screws in that one there. Let me have a look. Yeah, you see there's no screws in that one there because it comes right up through into the case. And the same with that one. So these were the only screws. Has that got one? All the others are see-throughs. What did I have to do with this here? Put that back in, wasn't it? Do that when I've done this bit. Right, that's it. Put this top case back on. Am I ready for this? Yeah, that screw that went down through there actually holds in the this particular speaker's got a little labyrinth on it. Right, now we want the main screws. I remember there was 2 over the back here, which were standards. When I make a mistake, you're allowed to laugh. To say you mucked that up. I'll be surprised if I don't make any mistakes. Just make sure that it's gone clipped in along this edge here where it should be. There's a foot missing, that's why it's rocking a bit. Now there was one here. And then that one down in there. I can't remember if that was a shorty or not. It feels okay. Otherwise it'll come through the bottom of the case. Let's put this back in. This is the speaker and the on-off button connection. I took it out when I didn't need to. Was it the little silver ones or not? It goes underneath that piece, does it? Oh yeah, I see. Going to connect this up now. It's a push one. Aha, don't shake. Why not getting that in there? Well, obviously not lined up properly. It helps if your eyes work. Strange, that's not going in there. Wasn't a lever one, it's just a push. Are you all bored out your heads at the moment? Why ain't I getting that in there properly? That don't make sense. That's strange. Have to have a look at this. It should just go straight in there. No, it's straightforward. It's a push one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a push one. Take these glasses off a second. Isn't that strange? No, I don't want to go in there. Well, this is a surprise to me. They normally just push straight back in. Aha. You can't see much at this moment because I've got to have a look in there. Got to have a look in there. Oh, I got a bent pin, I bet. Looking at that. Well, I think it's, I keep pushing up one of these traces. No, they look alright. There's a slight one on there, second one from the end. But I'm surprised that don't just slide in. Right, what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to just pause you for a little while so you ain't going to see this. It's taking too long, this bit, and you'll be bored out your heads. So I'll get back to you in a few minutes.